take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drip. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid my dues. Gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again, and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drip. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here.
The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Fielded in the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
15 yards on the play, first down. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
He was brought down at the 40.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second and 5.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
J.K. Dobbins.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
On fourth down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it first and 10. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Always got some breathing room. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there.
That'll bring up second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
At the 20-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Ravens have taken the early lead.
This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win.
Josh Allen.
What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the gun, Allen. Flush to his right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
This is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On first down, they stick with Singletary. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Allen's throw is complete. Stephon Diggs. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big play here for the Bills. 57 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal.
They'll look to run with Singletary. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on second and 1.
Again, it'll be Singletary. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Devin Singletary, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills draw a bit closer. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Ravens 13, Bills 7.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
Intercepted.
And, Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Number 26.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
As a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards, so many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
Not much there, only a yard. At their 49. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
That's a gain of
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day. There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. And with a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. On the counter, this is Singletary. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
First down.
Allen going to throw. And it's incomplete. It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up second down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Allen. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Tyus Bowser with a pick, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Lining up for the extra point.
So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for, and take it.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
On 1st down, Singletary, nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
1 yard.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
A gain of 12.
Josh Allen, he says that he wants to continue to perfect executing the run-pass option. Looked pretty good there.
And he's put in the minds of all people trying to defend him that his legs create big plays. So guess who benefits?
His running back.
No doubt about it, and we just saw it there.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up.
3rd and inches.
Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Just enough to get the first down there with a 1-yard pickup.
And the Bills first down.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Past the 20. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
At the 10-yard line.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
They run here with Singletary. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
No, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Justin Jefferson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Ravens 27, Bills 7.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
At the 27-yard line.
And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Complete.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts
A gain of 14.
as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Allen. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Throwing on first down is Allen. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And now here is another interception. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Now it's Jackson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
And they're able to up the lead by one more. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
But it brings up 4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. they stop him a few yards shy. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw is Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Finally a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. And Jackson throwing once more. Dancing to his left. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the Bills are going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On the ground, it's Singletary. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And he fields it cleanly. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive. It'll begin in enemy territory already.
I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle, pockets LREs.
Play action. It's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Ravens continue to pour it on. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Allen now on 3rd down. Finding Knox there, complete. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. Allen and Knox teaming up there for a Buffalo first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Singletary. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 34-yard line.
They go right back to Singletary. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll run on first down. Singletary. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9 from the 44. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now a toss to Singletary running to the left. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Ball carrier.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 30. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown.
Touchdown.
So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
7-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Here's Singletary. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play here for Buffalo. 45 yards.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll let their wide receiver take this one. It's Diggs. And he'll be out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Devin Singletary with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bills are able to make things a bit more respectable. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
47, Bills 14.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. A big play that time for the Ravens. 73 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
J.K. Dobbins.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good.
Ravens 54. Bills.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fielded near the back of the end zone.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how anytime you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back? Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
Escaping the pressure right. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 15 yards there for number 15. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And this offense is running away with this one. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On 2nd down now, Singletary, and he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Singletary again. They find some open field here. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens 20. It's a big play for the Bills on 3rd down. Give him 58 yards on the ground. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And take it right on the 30. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
The wide receiver, the
33 yards that time.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10
from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Singletary. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line.
Justin Matabike there to bring him down.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move him off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do it.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that with a very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Let's go, defense. Hey, here we go. Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. We ain't giving up nothing today. Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike. Middle. Turnover. Get that ball. Go.
Now Allen, gotta have this one. He's gonna let it fly. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Ravens are gonna get the football back. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Tucker now for the extra point. And this part of the game's been an adventure thus far, but this one is good.
Ravens 67, Bills 21. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And one of the whistles for timeout.
First down. Buffalo.
So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Space to maneuver at the 40. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.